There are two types of raspberries, summer fruiting varieties and autumn fruiting varieties. And the differences between them are when they fruit, how they're pruned and when they're pruned, and also how they have to be supported. Summer fruiting varieties produce their fruit in July, and examples of varieties are Malin Jewel, Leo, and this one here, which is called Glen Ample. These types of raspberries produce very tall canes. They will grow even taller than this, and therefore they need a support like this post and wire support that you can see here. Summer fruiting raspberries are pruned straight after fruiting, so in August, and what you do is you cut out all the canes right down to the ground which have fruited, and you just leave the new canes that have come up throughout the season and that haven't fruited yet. And then as you go along throughout the season and they grow, like these ones, you can then tie them into your wire, just like this. And if necessary, if they are growing very close together, you can prune individual ones out as well, but you would continue on if they are spaced out about 15-20 centimeters. That's absolutely fine, and you can tie in all these as they reach the wire. Autumn fruiting raspberries, on the other hand, produce their fruit on current year's growth, and therefore you have to wait till about January, February of that year, and then you can prune the raspberries, all the canes, right down to the ground. One thing to bear in mind with all types of raspberries is that they like to spread quite a lot. That's especially true for the autumn fruiting ones. So these canes that you can see here in the foreground, they have come from a bit further up, and the roots have run under the path, under the gravel path, and come up in amongst my blackcurrant here. So the blackcurrant is in the centre, and it's actually surrounded on both sides here as well by raspberries. So they should really be removed. If you just cut them down, they will just come back up again. So there's nothing for it but to dig them out. The good thing about it is that if you manage to dig them out with enough of root, you have new raspberries that you can plant elsewhere. So these ones here I've managed to cut out with plenty of root remaining on them. I'm going to just prune them back quite severely, and I'm going to try and find, this one here seems to be a dead one anyway, so that can go really short. And the remaining healthy looking branch here, I'm looking for a healthy bud. So there's a healthy bud just there, and I'm going to cut at an angle above it. And if there's a very long piece of root on it like this one here, that can be pruned off as well. And that's very easy to replant as a healthy, nice new plant. And I'll do the same with this one. This has a healthy bud there, about 15-20 centimeters above the root ball. And these are ready for planting immediately.